Hello, everybody. My name is Atri Banerjee, and today we are here to start with our topic that is Wi-Fi hacking. So, just a little bit introduction about myself. That is, I am the junior cybersecurity analyst of Indian Cybersecurity Solutions, and as I already told you, the topic is Wi-Fi hacking 101. How secure is your network? So, let's start with that. Okay. So at first, we need to know what is the hacking fundamentals and what we are going to study today. So basically, at first, we have to know what are the types of encryptions that are working on. What is the how like Wi-Fi actually works. So a basic understanding of it. How actually the types of attacks that can happen on it. Like we can say the authentication attack can happen, Evil twin attack can happen, MITM can happen. So there are so many attacks that can happen. So basically, before going to that attack part, okay, let's come to the basic part. Like what is it? How it comes from? So let's start with that. Okay. So this presentation will cover key aspects of Wi-Fi hacking, including the scanning, capturing authentication handshakes, password cracking methods, effective defenses such as WPA3 and strong password. It will emphasize the importance of accessing your network security against potential threats. So nowadays we used to use this WPA3. What was beforehand? Beforehand it was WEP, which is very much insecure, and anybody can just in minutes they can just crack it and can enter. And also WPA2, few mobiles or devices still use WPA2, and that is also something which is not secure. Okay, so WPA3, which is now we have in our devices, and that's the most secured part. Okay, so let's dive into the things. Let's start understanding the Wi-Fi networks. So at first, let me tell you what are the components of the Wi-Fi network. So Wi-Fi network consists of various components over here, including the access points, which is the main one. And generally, in the evil twin attack, what happens is access points get like duplicated, and you know there are two SSIDs. Suppose, for example, I'm just making you understand. Suppose there is a network name called home. You are attached with home, and there is something another which the attacker has created, and the name is same as home. Okay, and now what happens in the between? There is something like the authentication attack happens, your system gets disconnected. It's a very interesting thing. Okay, and your system gets disconnected, and what happens, your system automatically connects with the attackers, which is same, the SSID is same of that, which is the home. And obviously whatever credentials you give into it, that gets stolen by the attacker. Okay, so basically that's a very short amount of description for the evil twin attack, but that's how evil twin attack is and how it works. Okay, so beforehand, just as I discussed, that we need to know about the components. So the first one is that access points, APs. Then comes the clients or devices and the wireless medium. So there are no wires over here. Like we don't have the wires and all over there. So wireless mediums are there, right? Okay. Understanding these elements helps in recognizing how they interact and where potential weaknesses may exist. Okay. Next coming is the Wi-Fi frequencies and protocols. So there are two kinds of frequencies, 2.4 gigahertz and the 5 gigahertz frequencies. So generally in our house home, we have the Wi-Fi as a 5 gigahertz only. So that's what we generally use. And there are some specific protocols, as you can see, that is the 802.11 by A, and other protocols are there that define the data transmission methods, how the data is being transmitted. Okay. Coming to the third one is the signal strength and coverage. So signal strength and coverage areas vary based on the environmental factors, such as the obstructions or the interference from other devices. Okay. Understanding this can help in accessing the cybersecurity of a network based on its physical layout. Okay. So then comes like identifying the available networks. Okay. Now the thing is that if you want to scan in normally from your device, like you're scanning with the help of your Wireshark or something, you have these tools in your bucket list of your Kali Linux, and you can obviously do the scanning of all those. Now, what will happen if you just go and scan? If you go and scan, you will just only scan throughout the network from whatever data is coming to your network, your device, and what is going out from your device. That is what you can only just do with the Wireshark part. Then comes this aircrack NG. There is another tool in the Kalinians that we are going to see today. How we can see the network or the Wi-Fi's which are not over here, which are not connected with my device, but I can see the BSS ID of those and all the MAC addresses, what channel they are using. We can see all of those just by using a very small adapter. Okay, this actually used in the monitor managed mode. So we will be diving with this one also. So before that, a little bit of theory as I always do. So scanning for the nearby Wi-Fi networks allows users to discover all available networks in a given area. This process is essential for accessing network security levels as it reveals information about the signal strength. You can understand the signal strength, you can understand which is the encryption method they are used and potential vulnerabilities present in the networks as well. Accessing security levels, effective scanning not only identifies the network but also helps in recognizing those that are poorly secured or using outdated protocols. Okay, that also you can understand who are like using the outdated protocols or like outdated things. You can just understand by that. By analyzing the data collected, users can make informed decisions regarding their own network security, take necessary actions to mitigate potential threats as well. Now, the thing is that how the capturing of the handshake or authentication exchange happens. Okay. So, what is the handshake process? The handshake process occurs when a client connects to a Wi-Fi network. When you're just going to the button, you're just clicking on it, and you're just connecting, allowing for the exchange of authentication information to establish secure connection. This process typically involves a four-way handshake happens over here, okay, which is very crucial for initiating the encryption between the client and the access point. Okay. Now, importance of capturing the handshake. Capturing the handshake is necessary for cracking Wi-Fi passwords because when you are over here, you are just going to crack. You are just going to connect with the Wi-Fi, and when you are just going to connect, if somebody comes in the middle and just tries to crack it, that is the main thing. Then that is what the attackers actually do. So in that way, they can actually capture it. And why it is important to capture over here, you can see, is necessary for capturing Wi-Fi passwords as it contains encrypted data that can be analyzed on using various tools. Successful capture allows attackers to attempt password cracking techniques such as dictionary or brute force attacks. Okay, what are these attacks types? What are these? All of a sudden, what is this brute force? What is this dictionary attack coming up? Okay, I will be telling you everything about it. So at first, what happened? The connection, you connected with the Wi-Fi, and somebody else is catching that. Okay, this is happening. Now, when this is happening, the the password of yours may get cracked by the attacker. How they can crack it? Okay, that we also see. So tools for capturing the handshakes. Now, when this handshake is going on, somebody is there. How is that possible? Like wirelessly, how you can capture it? So you can capture it using this aircrack NG that I already told you, and with the Wireshark can be utilized to like after capturing it, you can utilize the Wireshark and you can just check on. So can be utilized to capture handshakes effectively. These tools allow users to monitor network traffic and isolate handshake packets for further analysis in password recovery efforts. So, like generally in the Wireshark, we actually just go through the packets and we just analyze them. You can just click on each of the packets and you can analyze it. Okay. So, we will be coming to that as well. Okay, so understanding the dictionary method that I already told you, what is that and how is this coming up? So, what is this dictionary method? So, two kinds of methods I already discussed. What is the dictionary and what is the brute force? Okay, so dictionary method is like there is a list of passwords. Okay, there is so many passwords that are listed over there, and you are just using it to crack the password. Okay, so basically, a dictionary attack systematically tests every word from the predefined list. The list is there, it is taking it against the Wi Fi password, the password that you have taken. This method is effective against weak passwords that are simple words or phrases. Actually, it is very helpful when the password is weak. That is the main thing. That's the catch. The attacker leverages the frequency common passwords, increasing the chances of success in relatively short time. Okay, so actually, that's why nowadays what happens, people used to use WPA3 and also give passwords which are not so much easy. We used to tell no, there are eight character passwords you should give, and obviously with lowercase, uppercase you should give. Why it is needed? The reason is this, because all the weak passwords like password 123, admin, or like normal passwords you give your birth date, all these are there already present, and those are like accessible by hackers. They have the least of passwords over there. So like if you just give this so small very easy passwords just to make yourself remember that, you're actually missing the most private things. You're unsecure right now. So defenses against Wi-Fi hacking, WPA3 and strong passwords. That's what I was telling you. That WPA3, that's a Wi-Fi protected access tree, enhances security Wi-Fi networks by providing improved encryption methods. So encryption methods are very much improved over here, and better protection against brute force attacks. So again, I just missed one thing. The brute force attack, the dictionary method, I already told you the least of passwords are there, but for the brute force, the same thing is there. The all the passwords are listed over here. Okay, but the combinations are tried. Like if I have written password 123, it will again try for 123 password. It will try for one p a s s 3 2 what, this kind of thing. So they will try every combination of it. Okay, so that is done now. And better for that, that is the brute force attack. So obviously WPA3 helps in that, in like it's encrypting, and it doesn't like it gives the protection against this brute force attack. Okay, it doesn't makes you do that, making it significantly harder for hackers to gain unauthorized access. And then comes the password, importance of strong password. So why it is needed, why this passwords I'm continuously telling why it is needed. I already told you that the least are already present to the hackers, right? Even if we talk about rainbow tables, okay, that is something not over here. We can, I'm just introducing that to you. You can just search it on your Google and you can just find on it that rainbow tables. Okay, these are tables are hackers thing. Okay, these tables actually what they do, they have the password over there and the hashes as well. So what happens, the password is there, hashes are there, so they just do use of it. Okay, so there is a list of things. So there are like brute force attacks, this dictionary attack and rainbow attack. These are like attacks where all the list of passwords are already present to them. So that's why it's repeatedly told to you that give strong passwords. Okay, strong passwords means uppercase you have written, lowercase numbers, special characters can greatly enhance the security of Wi-Fi networks. Okay, a strong password is essential to prevent unauthorized access and brute force attacks. Okay, so that is the importance. Now, if like somebody is conducting a deauthentication attack, how it happens and like what are the steps? So at first you need to begin by identifying the target network and connected devices to prepare for the attack. Okay. So you need to identify the target at first. What is the target? Who is the target? What is the VSS ID of it? What is the MAC address of it? We need to understand that. So after getting that, then we go for the deauthentication packets. So deauthentication packets are packets which are used to, like, if they are sent to the victim machine, the victim machine will get disconnected from the network. That is what deauthentication packets do. So these deauthentication packets are given a lot of given this deauthentication packets are given by the attackers to the victims, and the victims ultimately gets disconnected from the actual Wi-Fi. Okay, that happens. So sending the deauthentication packets to the target device, causing it to disconnect from the network. Then they are disconnected. Monitoring reconnection. So observe that the target device attempts to reconnect, capturing the handshake process for later use. So that is where people, like the attackers, get it. So when this device again tries to get connected, they just capture the handshake over there. And the fourth one is the exploit captured handshake. So use the captured handshake to perform further attacks such as password cracking that I already told you that we discussed throughout the process right now. So that's what happens. Yeah. So the password cracking ultimately does. Now, the brute force attack that we already told you that the big methodically test every possible password combination until access is gained. So they are just trying every combinations one by one. They are giving every connections combinations, and they are just trying to gain it. It is time consuming, but guarantees success if the password is weak enough. Obviously. Alternative attack methods. Other methods such as dictionary attacks rely on the predefined list of common passwords. So over here, no combination is tried. So it's password 123 is there. So password 123 will be taken. Okay, it is not like password 321, 132 password. This no, that's not what happens in the dictionary attack. So it requires less time. So obviously it will need less time, obviously from the brute force attack, and less effective as well. Because if the password is not over there, like for example, if the password is password 312, but over here in the list we have written password 123, password 321, password 111, 333, 222, all are written, but 312 was not written, so you can't get it. Okay, you can't get the password. So it is less effective and against strong or unique passwords. So, strengthening your Wi Fi security measures, the safeguard to your network against Wi Fi hacking threats, implement robust security protocols such as WPA3 that we already discussed, and ensure the use of strong, unique passwords. Right, that is the thing. Regularly update your routers firmware. Update is very important thing, because as we already know from the OWASP top 10 vulnerabilities, that some devices which are outdated, they are in the, I think they are in the list of the top 10. Okay, just check it out. Okay, everybody just check it out. Okay. Regularly update your router's firmware and monitor connected devices for unauthorized access. Additionally, consider using network monitoring tools and educate users on safe online practices to bolster overall security. Because some of the people, what they do actually, they when they're just having a free Wi-Fi, okay, what happens? In the mall, you have free Wi-Fi. Let's connect with it. This kind of things people do, but you need to make sure whatever you're connecting with, does it have WPA3? Does it have the password strength long enough? What is the password of it? Is the password very much secure? Or you need to make sure that your connection, whatever connection you're having with it, is it connected? Is it correct? Is it like secured? That you need to understand, that you need to know. Okay, so that's why it is very important. Like if you're having some free Wi-Fi, just connecting to it and just doing your WhatsApp, Facebook, giving the password, logins, everything you're doing, just don't do it. Okay, make sure whatever you're using, whatever you're doing, just be cautious. I'm not telling you just don't connect. No, I'm not telling that. Connect, but make sure you're doing it in a correct way. You're making sure that it is encrypted, then only you can proceed. Okay, that's what you should do. And also when you're using your phone, you're using the like your phone's we generally give the hotspot to our friends. For that also, whatever password you're giving, make sure it is much more strong. Okay. Okay, so here comes the definition of whole thing. Just a small brief definition of this one. So this is an adapter. As you can see, this is an adapter. And this is, why is it so special? What's special in it? The specialty of this one is this allows the monitor mode. Okay, how it works, let's try. I've connected it, and you can see connecting to virtual machine. Mine is the Kali Linux. So I've connected it with my Kali. Okay, this is my Kali. I'm opening over here. So the first command that I'm going to use over here is the IW config. And over here, you can see this WLAN 0. This is my adapter. Okay, it is in the mode managed. Now I want to change it to mode monitor. So let's do that. Okay, first I have to go to my root. Okay, and then I will be writing airmon ng start. I will give the WLAN 0 name. Okay. Now you can see, now it is in the monitor mode. Let's clarify how by writing iw config. Okay, you can see now it is in monitor mode. Done. Now, what are we going to do? Let's see. We'll be using aerodom ng. Okay, sorry. Okay. Now over here you can see we are able to see all the BSS ID and the stations that are connected. Okay. Just because it's in the monitor mode, I'm able to see that. Okay. You can see there's a Barrent Village Resort. These are the frames. These are the lost zero. Yeah, that's what I wanted over here. So let's stop this one over here. Let's figure it out. What are these? Okay. So these are the BSS IDs. Okay. These are all the BSS IDs, meaning the MAC addresses of the devices. Okay. PWR are these. Sorry. Then comes the beacons and the data. And over here you can see in this channel 48, this NS guest. This is working. NS Wi-Fi is working on 48 as well. All the NS are working on 48 channel. In the under the ENC, you can see all these are WPA2. Okay, all these are WPA2. Hacking, that is the name of the ESS ID, and you can see all having the encryption of WPA2. Okay, the cipher is CCMP, the authentication is PSEC, and you can see all the name of the Wi-Fi that are connected over here. Okay, not all are from our office, but from different offices or different places, but we are able to get the names of all of it. Okay, now if we just want to like connect with this hacking, if I just want to see what is the data that is going, like what are the things connected with this. So let's try with this one. This is WLAN 0. So now what will happen? This will show what are the devices connected with the hacking. But the problem is that it will only show when like they are getting the connection. Okay, so you have to wait over here, and that's where is the problem actually. So you need to wait over here, you need to see, and then you will be getting the BSS ID, obviously that is of the hacking, and the stations that are connected. Okay, so let's wait, let's see whether we can get. Okay, we are getting over here, you can see this is a BSS ID already told for the hacking one, and these are the stations that are connected. Okay, these are the stations. Now there are so many stations actually that are connected, but it can capture this too right now. Okay, okay, so this is the main thing that I wanted to show, and it will continue. Okay, this will take time, this will continue, I'm just stopping it over here. So I just wanted to tell you like how this thing worked and what I did. Okay, what I did. I just want a short recap of what I did. At first, I just checked that whether my monitor is being connected with the Kali or not. So for that, I just see that the WN0 is there. And then what I did this one that I just changed the mode to from the managed to the monitor mode. You can see just by writing this command airmon which is a tool of the air crack suit. Okay, so then we get that this is in the monitor mode, and then we started with the aerodump ng wlan 0, and this monitor mode is catching all the wi-fi's that are here. Okay, and we got the channel, we got the encryption they have, we got the bssid's over here, and then aerodump ng. I have written this one. Aerodump ng minus minus bssid, which is the MAC address of the machine, like the Wi-Fi. That is the hacking over here. You can see minus C1 minus W capture WLAN 0. Okay. So now over here, I can see that this is the BSSID with which this station is connected. It can be the MAC address of any laptop that is working over here. I don't know which one. So from here, you need to understand which is your victim machine and then you will be using it. Okay. So I think till here, you all are clear. And like, if you have any questions, you can obviously ask in the comment section. And also, you will need to answer the few questions we used to give. Okay, there are 10 questions that will be listed, and you need to give that answer over there. Make sure to score well. Obviously, try to score from 8 to 9, and we all will be giving you the certificates of it. Okay, and also another thing, make sure I will be live again on Thursday from 5 to 5:30. Make sure to come. Okay, okay. So till then, bye.